It's not all right. It's not all right that our children are dying. It's not all right that these people can come and spend our dollars while people are living homeless on the street. It's not all right. Send a prayer to those who think it's all right to spend this kind of money when people are dying and living in poverty. They need as much help as we do.
Who have spoken out against the Olympic Games have been visited at their homes, at their places of work by the police. As if there is something illegal about saying that you do not support the spending of public money on this enterprise. This is your free speech right, and the police should not be making it illegal. The police should not be preparing for this rally by buying secretly military-grade crowd control equipment. Now it's funny, I didn't get any phone calls from the Pro Games rally before the event saying that they'd been visited by the ISU. I didn't get any phone calls from the Pro Games event saying that they needed legal observers because they feared for their safety, that tear gas would be used on them. And I think that indicates the difference between how your message has been treated and how their message has been treated by the city, by the province, by the federal government, and by the police. And I think that is a shame and an embarrassment in a free country.
What are you doing here today?
I'm enjoying the balmy British Columbian weather.
But you're also holding a sign.
I am. And I think it's time that we as Canadians start protesting against corporate smoozes like this. A lot of the corporations here that are part of this big party, quote unquote, have horrible track records in terms of human rights violations, environmental degradation. It goes, the list goes on. And I think it's time that we as Canadians wake up.
Do you understand why sometimes it's bad to film people here?
Well, you're all clothed up, so I don't think it matters right now. You're in a public space.
It does matter to people.
Well, it doesn't really matter because you're in a public space.
I just asked if you understand it. I didn't tell you to stop.
Okay.
It's about two people. It's about like, if I would prefer not to, but you decide to, then you're just disrespecting me.
You're talking on his phone right now.
Is that so?
I just let him know he was talking on your phone right now. We're here today to bring awareness towards the 2014 Sochi Olympics, and we're trying to spread the awareness of the Circassian genocide that happened in historical Circassia, where Sochi Olympics is going to be held. You see, Sochi was the last capital of Circassia before it was taken over by the Russians. And on that land, on that specific land called Krasnaya Polanya, which in Russian means the Red Hill, because of the Circassian blood spilt there, they're going to have the ski slopes, and they're going to be skiing on the graves, the mass graves of our ancestors. This is something that's been hidden from the world for 150 years, and we're here today to talk about it. 90% of my Circassian people live outside of the Caucasus because of this particular exile, and 1.5 million people died because of this exile. And in order to make you understand what that meant at that time, the population of Greece was 1 million at that time. We were 3 million. Today, the population of Greece stands at 10 million. We could have been a nation of 30 million, but we are only 6 million now. 3 months ago, there was a huge storm off the Black Sea coast, and it destroyed half the work that the Russians have already done. We like to think of that as the ghosts of our ancestors kind of fighting back. I feel like if we push this issue hard enough, they might be moved. We saw 4 years.
I'm here because I'm the president of the Burnaby Teachers Association, and I have a mandate from my membership to speak out against the cuts to public education in the context of all the spending on the Olympics. One of our aims is to raise public awareness of those cuts so that people realize that public education is suffering, probably partly as a result of Olympic spending. And the more people are aware and we assume care, the more they'll hopefully put pressure on the government to fund public education properly. That's what we're hoping for.
I'm from Prince George originally, and when the BC Liberals first got into office, both my parents work in education, and there was just cuts across the board. My elementary school no longer exists, that all my siblings went to. Elementary school, high schools, all cut. And now they're closing down another 14 schools in Prince George.
Seems like there's more of these people than the Olympic people. You know what I mean? I'm stoked. Everybody seems to be, happy. I don't know. Happy and pissed off at the same time, I guess you could say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be out tomorrow morning. I'm just on the clock right now.
How do you feel about all this protesting?
I think it's a bunch of bull.
Yeah?
It's just the Olympics, whippy ding. Like, it's over in 2 weeks. 4 if you include the other Olympics. So, really, let them have their say. They deserve it. They're athletes.
Can you just tell us how you feel about all this?
I think it's going to be great. It's going to show.
You can
it's going to unite the world.
Watch us drink.
Yeah.
Go Canada.
Hey.